Hi, this is Miss Sanabria, and I'm actually going to show you how to complete your lab number 3, countries, population, and pollution. And today's inquiry question is, how do we gather data on countries' population and how it affects pollution? And for this data, you will use Smart Science, but you will only complete up to the evaluate section. You're not going to complete explain. That we will do at a later time, okay? Okay, so I'm here reading the Google Doc. Please be sure to follow the directions because if you do not follow the directions, you're going to be very confused trying to complete this lab. So the lesson goal for today is you will gather data about which countries have the highest and lowest pollution, and we're going to estimate the amount of pollution on an average per million people for each country. So we will actually measure the population for each country. Okay, there are 3 countries we will be analyzing information from. The first one is USA, the second one is China, and the third one is India. Now I'm up to vocabulary. There are about 4 vocabulary words we should know for today. An outlier, it's usually a number that falls out of the range from the scatter plot. The graph that we will be using today is called a scatter plot, or the best line that fits. Independent variable is the variable that you specifically change in the investigation, okay? The dependent variable is the data you collect for what you measure, and the pollution is going to be measured in ppm, which is short for parts per million, okay? Please read the background information. It's just going to help you understand better the lab. This is actually really cool. I'll show you. If you think that reading is a little challenging for you, or you do not feel like reading it, I actually put in a website called www.naturalreaders.com online, and I just put a sentence real quick. I opened up the naturalreaders.com website, and I'm going to erase what is there, and I'm going to copy this real quick and paste it right there. And you're going to see that it's actually going to read it and highlight for me. Let me just try that one more time.
The 2 most major pieces of stuff in the sky are the sun and the moon. Could either of them be causing tides? They're awfully far away. Pollution can be caused by many gases. However, particulates are the only ones visible. The others all are invisible gases.
Okay, so that was really good. It was talking about the gases in the atmosphere and things that we can or cannot see. So that's actually really good. Okay, so these are the directions. First, go to Smart Science Lab, and I posted the link. You're going to click on the Air Pollution Lab. This is what it looks like, the Air Pollution Lab. I already started it, so you're going to get a different window. When I tell you to click on the hamburger, this is what I'm talking about, the 3 lines right next to the red dot. You are going to read the goals and read the goals. You're going to read the procedure thoroughly. You're going to close out the procedure, and then you're going to be on this section right here, which is the engage section. So if you can see here, right here, I'm on engage. I'm gonna answer all the questions. Make sure I close this out. Then up here, you're going to see a hypothesis you're going to click. And then you pick an experiment. You start with United States. I already did that one already, but I'm going to start with China. Right? So I click on China. Then I click play. And now it's going to give me an image. So what you need to do is you need to actually look at the sky right here. And then this is how you measure the pollution in parts per million. This is pretty dark. So I'm going to be probably towards this area here. The closest one is here. And then now I matched my sky. This is Beijing. But also be careful, because when you are completing it, you're supposed to go back to your Google Doc. And here in this area, you're supposed to write the places that had the darkest skies. So I'm looking at Beijing. Beijing is pretty dark. So I'm actually going to put Beijing right here in this box right here. I'm going to write Beijing. And now I'm going to go back. Now I still need to put here in this area right here, I need to write how many parts per million. So I got to how many millions of people live in Beijing. One box represents 1 million. So this is a lot. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I just write 17 right here and click next. They're going to give me the next country. Chengdu. Chengdu is almost just as dark as Beijing. I go back. I write the name right here. On my Google Doc. And then I write the number of populations that I have here. That's 11. And I continue until I gather all my data. And if you see here, you can actually see the population. Okay, my key for China is red. This is the next country. That goes on the same category as the other one. This one has 10. And I'm gonna write this name right on my Google Doc as one of the darkest places. So just classify it as one of the countries that had the darkest skies or the clearest skies. So don't forget to do that, okay? And you continue to do that until you do all 3 countries. Because after I do China, right, I first did USA already. You can see USA right here. I already did USA right here. You can see. You can see the population with the USA. Okay. And then now I'm finishing China. And once I finish completing all the countries or regions of China, I'm going to go right here on number right below question number 8. It says China, which places had the darkest skies? Which places had the lightest skies? If there's none, there's none. And then make sure you post a copy of your